The Mars rovers. What are rovers and different types of them? Rovers are motor or robotic vehicles that travel on Mars' surface. They are there to examine the territory and explore foreign planets. They also collect information about the planet and take samples of rocks, soil, dust, and possible liquids that may be found on the surface. And there are 5 of them: Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance. The body of a rover is called the Webb, or the Warm Electronic Box. It has a strong outer layer to protect the technology, and it is temperature controlled for the warm and cool weathers that it may incur. It has a body, brain, eyes, and other senses such as arms, hands, wheels, legs, energy communication, neck, and a head. The structure of a rover's body is the frame, which includes the body and the sides, the rover top equipment deck, and the belly pan, which takes the samples, and it is located in the front of the rover. And it drops when the rover lands, which allows more workspace to gather samples.
The main purpose of rovers are so they can explore foreign planets, collect information about the planets by taking samples that include rock, soil, dust, and possible liquids. The body of a rover, the average dimensions in length, it's 10 feet or 3 meters. Width is about 9 foot or 2.7 meters. Its weight is about 2,260 pounds or 125 kilograms. How do rovers get to Mars? Step 1, they're deployed by a PanCam mass assembly and high gain antenna. And the purpose of this is to get a good visual of where the rover may be and its surroundings. Step 2 is to investigate the landing site and its surrounding areas. And the purpose of this is so then the PanCam, Navicam, and HazCam can all take pictures of the area in order for scientists to gather information for deployment. They are able to figure out how this rover is going to land and where it's going to land. Step 3 is the rover stand-up. So the purpose of this is that the machine will lift off the rover and it allows the rockets to be deployed. How do rovers get to Mars continued? Step 4, scientists use instruments and these are used to measure calibration. The purpose of this is that all things are required to be assessed for the targets, and scientists' instruments also must be investigated prior to deployment. Step 5 is to confirm the best possible egress path, and the purpose of this is to figure out the safest and best way to get the rover to Mars. The scientists are able to then tell the rover where to go, and it will go wherever it is instructed to. Step 6 is where the rover is able to drive off of the lander and the landing deck, and it's on to Mars, and then it's able to complete its mission.
Okay, now for some fast facts. So the rover Sojourner is NASA's first rover to Mars. It was only designed to last for a week, and it lasted 3 months. The rover traveled nearly 100 meters during its 3 months on Mars, but never went more than 12 meters distance from the actual lander. It was the first rover to use the airbag for landing. The rover Spirit, its mass was about 2,341 pounds. It lasted 7 years, 11 months, 13 days, 6 hours, 1 minute, 13 seconds. It was responsible for discovering evidence that Mars was once wetter than it is today. The rover Opportunity is Spirit's twin, is nicknamed Oppie. Rover Curiosity is about the size of a small SUV. And it's about as tall as a NBA basketball player. It lasted 1 Mars year, or about 23 Earth months. It was responsible for discovering evidence of chemicals and minerals of past habitable environments. And the rover Perseverance is still on Earth today, or still on Mars today. It used the Mars helicopter technology. It was demonstrated with this rover. It's hoping to spend at least 1 Mars year, or about 2 Earth years, exploring their landing site region. and the main job is to find signs of past life, collect samples of regolith and rock. So the missions and outcomes. First, with Sojourn, it launched December 4th, 1996, landed on Mars July 4th, 1997. The purpose was the Mars Pathfinder mission was designed to demonstrate a low-cost method for delivering a set of science instruments to the Red Planet, was the first wheeled vehicle to be used on any other planet in the solar system, and served as the foundation for the Mars rover of today. It was only planned to last a week, and it lasted 85 days. It found evidence for silica in the environment. Spirit was launched June 10th, 2003. It landed January 4th, 2004. Its purpose was to search for signs of past life, and it found evidence that Mars was once redder than it is today. It was only planned for 90 days, lasted 2,249 days, so about 6 years and 77 days. It was discovered that an ancient volcano erupted with that mission. Opportunity was launched July 7th, 2003, landed January 25th, 2004. Its purpose was to search for signs of past life in ancient water as well. It lasted 15 years, so basically to about 2018, and it discovered that space rock was made from iron and nickel. Curiosity is the next rover. It was launched November 26, 2011. It landed August 6, 2012. The purpose of this rover, its mission was to determine whether the red planet was ever or is habitable to microbial life. It's still on Mars surface today, and it discovered that oxygen rose by 30% during spring and summer. Perseverance was launched July 30th, 2020, and it landed February 18th, 2021. Its purpose, it's designed to study the rock record to reveal more about the geological processes that created and modified the Martian crust and surface throughout time. It's still on Mars today, and it's the first ever rover that's able to use audio via microphone. So in conclusion, the rovers include motor robotic vehicle that travels on Mars' surface. Parts of the rover are the body, brain, eyes, other senses, arm, hand, wheels, leg, energy, communication, neck, and head. Some fast fact we learned that most rovers last longer than they're anticipated. And the missions and outcomes equal different for each and every rover. They're never the same. And the best way to gain knowledge about foreign planets. And these are the references that we used on our presentation. Thank you for watching.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Although most eyes were focused on the moon landing in the 60s, NASA was also beginning to explore Mars from space.
The Mariner 2 countdown begins.
Starting in 1965, NASA began sending orbiters like Mariner and Viking to gather close-up images and data. 30 years later, the first Mars exploration rover was launched. On July 4th, 1997, the Mars Pathfinder lander and the Sojourner rover successfully landed on Mars. The small, 25-pound, six-wheeled rover, only designed to last a week, would end up spending 83 days capturing 550 pictures and taking atmospheric measurements from the planet's surface. In 2004, twin rovers Spirit and Opportunity landed, a few weeks apart and in different locations. These rovers were about the size of a golf cart, weighing 400 pounds each, and had the same mission: to understand the evolution of Mars and see if liquid water ever existed there. Spirit stopped communicating in 2010, but Opportunity lived well beyond expectations until it stalled in a dust storm 14 years later.
Liftoff of the Atlas V with Curiosity.
In 2012, NASA launched a larger and more technologically advanced rover. It's about the size of a Mini Cooper, weighs 2,000 pounds, and is equipped with 17 cameras and lab-like tools and instruments. Curiosity is still active today, in search of evidence that Mars is, or ever was, capable of sustaining microbial life. In the summer of 2020, the rover Perseverance will join its predecessors on the Red Planet. Perseverance is similar to Curiosity, but with upgrades like camera zoom capability and a drill for collecting rock and soil samples. The rover will also have the ability to conduct an oxygen-making experiment. And another first, a helicopter scout named Ingenuity will hitch a ride with Perseverance and take its first test flight in the Mars atmosphere. all paving the way to one day putting humans on Mars.